Hello everybody, in the second of these videos on the topic of Hobson's choice, modern medicine versus integrated medicine, we are looking mainly at regulation and safety of CAM. Now the first part of this video is available in this particular, those who have not seen it, is available in this web address. In that video, we have seen what is CAM, which is complementary and alternate medicine. We have also gone and found out what is the WHO stand on this and the strategy which they have. We were surprised that they have a very long strategy from extending from 2014 to 2023, and they are quite serious about it. And what is the practice in developed countries? We found that there's a high popularity in the developed countries regarding this, and this was little surprising to many one of us. Today, we would now mainly look at the safety of CAM. And of course, it is linked to the regulatory aspects of CAM and integrative medicine. That will be the discussion today. Now, the Ayush is guided. The drugs controller for Ayush is different from the drug controller of modern medicine. They have a separate wing for that. Now they are guided, the Ayush is guided at the Siddha and Unani drugs under the provisions of Rule 158B of the Drugs and Cosmetic Act of 1945. That's what they are guided by. Now Ayush brought a clarification recently regarding to that. The Department of Ayush has recently clarified with respect to requirement of pilot study and clinical trial for the license of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs. Now, what is that clarification? As per ASU drugs are concerned, ASU means Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani. Ayush means it includes homeopathy also. Probably homeopathy doesn't come under Indian control because it's imported drugs from Germany. As per ISU drugs are concerned, the term clinical trial is not mentioned in provisions of the Drug and Cosmetic Act with reference to ASU drugs. In other terms, there's no need for clinical trial as far as Ayush products are concerned. To clarify the matter further, as a regulatory requirement, evidence regarding the efficacy for ASU drugs needs to be supported by textual rationale published literature. Therefore, there need be a text which supports it. Standard text, they're not even written standard text. Textual rationale means any text, published literature. Anybody has published a literature. Pilot study is only required when textual rationale or published literature indications based on authoritative ASU books are not provided in support of indication for the intended ASU drugs. If you don't have any publication, any textbook which supports your drug, then you will have to only do a pilot study on this program. Therefore, you can see how loose, how you can bring up, how easy it is to bring about an ASU drug into the market. Now, very interestingly, the Kerala state always takes a lead. The Kerala state government in 2013 brought about a new rule which brought about new regulations, which stated that the inspectors will inspect all these manufacturing places, and it said that it requires a clinical trial before a new drug is brought into the market. But it had to eat its own words. The Kerala state government recently withdrew its own order issued in September 6, 2013, which had made it compulsory for manufacturers to go through the process of trials and studies before introducing new products in the market, as per a government order. Therefore, they had to withdraw the order. Therefore, right now, if you are bringing about a market, a product, Ayurveda or Siddha Unani, you need only have it mentioned in some textbooks. They don't even say standard textbook, they say textual rationale or published literature. That's all it requires. There's no pilot study. There you need not get a sanction before you put it in the market. If you think that political pressure produces effect in India, You look at the most advanced country, USA. In 1994, the US Congress enacted Dietary Supplement and Health Education Act. Nothing wrong in them doing it. But what happens is that it arbitrarily classified herbal medicines, remedies, and other medicinal products as dietary supplements, a category that was previously used only for vitamins and minerals. Therefore, all herbal remedies and medicinal products which are not in the conventional medicine are now said as dietary supplements. Now, we all know that plant extracts are used worldwide as medicines and not for their nutritional value. They are herbal medicines. But they classified it as a dietetic factor. Now, this prevented, why did they do it? This prevent the FDA from effectively regulating dietary supplements and leads consumers to mistakenly believe that herbals are safe like multivitamins. Therefore, by this stroke, by classifying herbal extracts as dietary supplements, the FDA could no longer regulate these products. The consequence was a rapid increase in sales of herbal and other medicinals, non-vitamin and non-mineral supplements. Now, let me pause here and tell you something. We are not fully aware of the fact that the giant pharmaceutical companies has got a tremendous influence in modern medicine. Now, conventional medicine. Now, the point is that these pharmaceutical companies are now more interested in producing alternate medicines because their regulations are rather flimsy and they can extract huge profit straight away. And there is a lot of pressure on the conventional doctors also to prescribe herbal medicines, to take some training and to do an integrative practice so that the sale of these herbal medicine increase. And that is what is happening world over. It's not something confined to India. It is confined even to developed countries because economic considerations kick in, especially in private practice. One country which has done well, or the middle of the path they have taken, is Germany. I would say Germany. There is considerable research on herbal medicine, including double-blind placebo-controlled trial, which is ongoing also. Now, Germany is the home place of homeopathic medicine. And physicians recommend patients use herbal medicine extensively, and they get training in that also, conventional medicine doctors. Manufacturers are required to meet standards of purity and pharmaceutical activity. They are highly pure. They make middle of the road approaches that acknowledges the long history use of many herbal medicines, examines data from many sources, including other countries, insists on strict production standards, and requires absolute safety and classification of efficacy that may vary from unproven for some conditions to demonstrated for others. Therefore, Germany seems to be doing a very good work. They give the consumers a clear idea after their analysis whether it's unproved or is demonstrated for that particular condition. And they also have a very good double-blind studies are ongoing and very good data source. Strict production standards are also maintained. Before I switch from regulation to safety of the alternate therapies, just a bit of information. They know, it is Japan as is in the national insurance. What I am interested is not in the health service integration in China, but something about the Swiss healthcare system, which I thought will be interesting to you also. In 2009, the Swiss voted for a new constitutional article on CAM, which result in certain complementary therapies have been reinstated in the basic health insurance schemes available to all health citizens. They had a voting, and 67% voted to say we want it in a national health service. The constitutional article of CAM is also likely to speed up compulsory lessons for medical students, standardization of training and certification complementary therapies for both doctors and non-medical practitioners, and the availability of CAM products in Switzerland. One thing which caught my eye is that compulsory lessons of for medical students. Really very interesting. There's a general feeling among even among the most educated of the public, even in developed countries, that the herbal medicines are dietary supplements and they have no side effect. Now, the most dietary supplement drug interaction reported in the published literature involves St. John's wort, an herbal agent commonly used in the treatment of depression. I think it's used even in Ayurvedic medicine, extensively used in the Western world. Now, this is Avaram Kola. This is the plant picture. There's a Malayalam term to it. The herb is also used for the treatment of bronchitis, asthma, gastritis, gallbladder, etc. Oral use of the St. John's wort strongly induces the liver enzymes, CYP isoenzyme 3A, which is involved in the metabolism of approximately 50% of the conventional medicine. Now, the other names of St. John's wort are given here. Now, some of the medications I just highlighted to see, cyclosporin, if you have a patient kidney transplant, it can decrease the plasma level by 30%. Remember, the patient may be taking this herb and may not be even informing you. In a time, digoxin was a very common drug, less used now, but it decreases its level by 25%. Oral contraceptives, if you use St. John's wort continuously, herbal medicine, its level will be decreased by 40%. Simvastatin must be applicable to all the vastins, atorvastatin also 52%, tacrolimus 58%. You know what will happen if a patient with a kidney transplant takes tacrolimus and uses this herb, the transplant may get rejected. Now it is not only that, there is interaction between the common dietary supplements and pharmacological agent. A simple product like garlic, which many people take, it has hypertensive, hypolipidemic, and is used in the treatment of bronchitis and gastritis. It has a platelet inhibition action and increases the risk of bleeding with anticoagulants. And ginseng, even grape water juice, if you look at it, increases the plasma level of plasma calcium channel blockers. Licorice, which is used in the treatment of bronchitis and cough, etc., it causes hypokalemia, edema, and hypertension, and potentiates the action of corticosteroids. Therefore, many of the herbs which you take, some of the herbs at least which you take, has got a cross reaction with conventional medicine, and by themselves also can produce serious side effects. The safety concerns are more worrying, especially when coming to marketing. You know very well that the modern medicine drugs cannot be marketed as loosely as the CAM drugs are. For example, although the labeling of the supplement is not permitted to claim to treat a specific condition, disease or condition, marketing statements that suggest an effect on the structure or function of the body are allowed. For example, the label for glucosamine supplement can state that improves joint function and mobility, but it cannot claim to relieve symptoms of osteoarthritis. But what happens is an extensively marketed one in the visual channel, the TV channels where I stay, states that it improves the life of people with joint pain. But the message that is conveyed is it cures the arthritis. But on the other hand, it doesn't say that. It only says it improves the life of the function and the mobility. But it doesn't claim that it cures osteoarthritis. But still, the message taken by the public is something different. Therefore, even the FDA is restricted from policing truth in labeling. This is not truth in labeling. This is false labeling. But still, even the FDA in America can do nothing for that. For dietary supplements that manufactured are permitted to use vague terms to suggest therapeutic effect for non-specific health problems. They can use vague terms and say, I feel much better, and advertise it. But at the same time, that advertisements allow for herbal products. And this is also one danger in one of the problems of herbal products availability in the market. Definitely, we'll be interested in knowing what WHO, who are the protagonists of traditional and complementary medical care, products and medical care, has to say about this risk. Not only about that, the risk of integrative medicine also. Now it says use of poor quality adulterated counterfeit products. That they have discussed the risk in one particular slide. Unqualified practitioners, we can agree. Now, of course, I am happy they are making at least one sentence in telling misdiagnosis, delayed diagnosis. This is the most definitive thing that happens. Many people go on to alternate medicine for which there is a definite treatment in conventional medicine. And they come very delayed even after chest pain with a myocardial infarction or a pneumonia and die in the hospitals. This is what makes conventional medicine doctors very upset about. And they don't understand how an international organization like WHO can push for integrative medicine. The other thing, exposure to misleading and unreliable information. They also acknowledge, I am happy, the direct adverse events, side effects, or unwanted treatment interactions. It's good that they are acknowledging it, but they don't give much emphasis on this. They make a passing mention of that. As far as we are concerned, yes, this is a very major problem. When you look for data, especially about something specific like adverse events of alternate therapies, the only thing that is available, unfortunately, is from America, the FDA data. Now, during the year 2004 to 2013, 23,005 visits to emergency department were attributed to adverse events related to dietary supplements. You know, dietary supplements means herbal medicines. Now, herbal or complementary nutritional products accounted for 65.9% of the events. A prospective study of hospital admissions for drug-induced acute hepatic inflammation found that 20% of the cases were caused by dietary supplements. Therefore, drug-induced hepatitis is a very major problem. 20% of them were caused by dietary supplements. Now, the other concerns are that herbal remedies may alter, which we have seen already, alter the activity of conventional medication. They decrease the dose, or etc. And other alternate therapies without medical training may overlook the serious treatable condition. Therefore, and alternate therapies may overlook serious condition. Therefore, these are other concerns of alternate therapy. Now, let me tell something here. The people of alternate therapy have pointed out that about 5 to 6%, FDA itself has stated 5 to 6% of serious adverse effects in ICU occurred because of modern medical drug interactions, especially. But you know, and some literature goes on to say 4 to 6% in ICU are because of drug toxicity. Those are modern medicine of conventional medicines available in the market. But you know, these are well recorded, well studied, and these drug interactions are well written in the book. These reactions happen because both the doctor and the patient, either of them, make a mistake in it. But majority of the problems which happen in alternate therapy, the patients are taking these medicines thinking that these are herbal medicines and don't have no side effect. The doctors are not aware of the interactions many times. And this is the real danger. Both of these problems, the adverse effects of alternate therapies, as well as the adverse effects of conventional medicines, have to be addressed, have to be acknowledged and addressed. Therefore, if we are to sum up regarding the regulatory and safety concerns with respect to dietary supplements and CAM therapies in general, CAM therapies and dietary therapies, although considered by many consumers to be safe because the supplements are natural, they can still be potentially harmful as a result of drug interaction, toxicities, contamination, and other dangers. Now, this is something which is not imbibed by even many educated people, including, I would say, healthcare workers. Now, because manufacturers are not required to submit to clinical efficiency and safety data for their products to the FDA. This is true even in India where I work. Before obtaining marketing approval, we have seen this is not true even, this is true even in India where I work. The lack of this information presents a significant health risk to the public. This must be known to the people. Therefore, the lack of regulation is a major problem and presents a significant health risk to the public. In spite of the dangers of herbal medicines, etc., in the last 20 years, integrated medical centers that promote use of alternate therapies is established in more than 70 medical and nursing schools across USA. And a survey of hospital websites and interviews with physicians, hospital administrators, and staff revealed 15 research-intensive medical schools in the United States provide alternate therapy in their integrative medicine centers and affiliated hospitals. Now you must understand these universities are the best you have heard in America, like the Harvard University, University of California, etc. The secret behind this is there's a lot of philanthropic organizations which are ready to pour in millions of dollars for integrative therapy. The treatments are claimed to provide benefits for broad spectrum of diseases, including heart disease, cancer, digestive disorders, pain, autism, and autoimmune disorders. Therefore, the best of the medical centers in USA are having alternate system clinics and integrated clinics where they claim to treat these conditions. Now, the hospital administrators state that they provide alternate therapies in response to consumer interest, and that even if those services don't generate profit, they build hospital market share. Therefore, in America, everything is market oriented. But the fact of the matter is they get huge fundings from philanthropic organizations for alternate medicine. Now, medical educators would be. Now, there is a backlash to this. Now, the medical educator should be guiding our students past the barrage of misleading signals. Unfortunately, some of these misleading signals about the safety and efficacy of alternate therapies are coming from medical educators in integrative medicine. Therefore, there's a lot of concern among the scientific community regarding this, and that is echoed in the sentence which I have read out to you. Now, the main concern of the people about all this is integrative medicine undermines evidence-based medical practice and education. This is the main concern about conventional medicine doctors and science in general. They promote unsound, potentially hazardous therapies and provide flawed curricula to health center. You know, these are all promoted by WHO and some of the leading universities in America. There is a huge problem regarding this. And this is what is going to happen in India also. Offering therapies that are not supported by evidence-based standard is failure to adhere to professional tenets. The basic tenets of modern medicine we are not adhering to if we are offering therapies which are not evidence-based. Advocates for integrative medicine could argue that academic freedom gives them the right to express their beliefs. However, as educators and role models for learners, their primary responsibility is to uphold the professional standards and integrity. Now, one thing which you have to see is how did evidence-based medicine become the basic tenet of conventional medicine or tenet of conventional medicine or modern medicine? That is the crux of the problem. Why conventional medicine doctors are opposing tooth and nail Ayush or integrative medicine in general. They do appreciate that, especially in India, Ayurveda has been practiced for nearly 5,000 years. But they insist that anything which doesn't meet evidence-based standard should not be practiced in modern world. Therefore, in the next video of mine, we will go to the heart of the controversy. We will check what is evidence-based medicine, how has it become so crucial, why do these people insist that it should be followed in this in modern medicine or conventional medicine practice, in any medicine practice actually. And what is the response that camp therapists have regarding this? Therefore, in today's presentation, we looked at the regulatory aspects of CAM and integrative medicine and the safety of CAM. We realized that CAM safety is severely compromised by the poor regulations all over the world. Now, in the next video, I'll be looking at what is evidence-based medicine. And we would be looking why exactly is conventional medicine doctors or modern medicine doctors consider EBM, which is evidence-based medicine, as the basic tenet of present-day medical practice. This is something which the modern medicine doctors are not ready to compromise. And this forms the crucial difference of opinion between CAMS therapists and conventional medicine doctors. Therefore, we will be diving into the depth of evidence-based medicine and understanding this difference of opinion. You know, I put the educational videos. I'm Dr. A. Padmanabhan, and I put educational videos on this YouTube channel. And I also blog on wordprocess.com in the link of which I have given below. Thank you for listening to me so long.